Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Dwarf Fortress with Teemo. I know it's been a little while. I've been hard at work getting ready for Minecarts 3D, I guess it is. I had, I think, 115 levels to get through, Z levels, to make a powered minecart that will flow all the way down and all the way back up. I've currently, do I still have myself watching this? Let me double check. All right, I am following this minecart right here. Eventually they're going to come over and kick this start. One of the things I want to do is make sure that a dwarf can just come up and kick the minecart and get it going, and it gets all the way down, and then they can kick it back up, and it gets all the way up. So we're just going to follow this minecart through its track, and then after I show that it can make it all the way down and up, I'm going to start actually building the logistics system on the middle level, this level right here. If you remember with minecarts A, B, and C, we built from the top level workshops down to this cavern level. The cavern level is kind of the midway point between the caverns and the magma. And then, so this is the route all the way from the caverns down to the magma. It's 115 floors or so. It took me a long time to do it. One, just because of the distance and making sure that the amount of friction was correct for not having the carts come off, but actually make it all the way down. And then just a lot of building and power. You can see here that, is she going to come kick? Yeah, so now we're hitting our way down. So you can see that, sometimes the minecart slows down a bit, but it hits these tracks and goes on down. And we're just ascending levels here. You can see we're at minus 27, minus 29. It's going to just continue all the way down to like minus 119 or somewhere around there. There was also a couple of times when, as I was digging down, I hit cavern levels, so I had to adjust my cart route because I didn't want to have access from the caverns into this cart route. You can kind of see as it's going down that the way I built this is I had a staircase right next to a vertical shaft that goes back and forth between gears and vertical axles, and that's going down to power the rollers that are sending the minecart back up. And I have it on both sides, you can see, top and bottom, because I need a roller each level. So there we go. We made it all the way down. This is where the minecart would stop and drop off stuff. I've got some stuff pre-made here. You can see that I've got a stockpile for some armor and goods and that kind of stuff. I built a little bit of stuff, but that's part of the logistics I got to do, is having it come back up. So one more kick, and now we're going to take the rollers back up. So every level there's a roller pushing it. The roller gives it about 50,000 speed. And since the roller, what's important here is I got the roller positioned on the ramp. So basically it gets power all the way through the ramp, and then it leaves the ramp with that 50,000 speed and then starts slowing down. 50,000 speed is not enough to knock it off of the track when it does a turn, and it's enough to basically make it to the next roller. So then it hits the rollers on the next ramp, the rollers bring it up the ramp, and then send it across to the next level. And it's just going level after level all the way up. It gets in a little bit we'll see the little crossover because I had to dodge some cavern levels, and then we finish going all the way up. I had thought that this spot right here that I started with was enough. I started with the top and worked my way down, but turns out I hit a cavern level I didn't expect on the way down. So there's that. We're going to go ahead and pause this. We're going to stop following that minecart, and we're actually going to take that minecart off the route. So I don't need it right now. No minecart. All right, so now we have to actually build a logistics system. So I do have, this is the drop-off point for the other system. So this one comes down, and it's been running just fine. So I haven't had any dwarf deaths or anything like that from this one. I'm expecting that I might see a dwarf casualty at some point on this track, just because I had, if you see down here, I think I still have some stones on the course, so I might get unlucky with timing at some point. We'll have to see. I also saw that I think I accidentally built like through an accidental drag of the mouse. Oh no, that's just, so you can see here that I needed I gotta show this. I needed a roller right here sending this up. It's just because of the way it went. It's actually the inside part of this track uh, needed a roller. And so what I did is rollers provide power across them. So I got a gear to right here, and I put a roller on the tracks, and then built a few rollers up and over. That way I can have powered to this roller right here. So these rollers are just extraneous, but you have to make sure the rollers are going the right direction. So these three rollers are pushing the cart to the left, and this roller pushes the cart back to the right. You need one of these gears anytime you're changing direction, either vertically or horizontally. So you can see that, like for instance, to go around this stairwell, I need a gear here, then a gear here, then I can do one axle down to another set of gears. And then you can see that as I go down one level, I can have a vertical axle, and then it comes down to another gear. And then I have the axle over to this gear, and that just goes gear to gear. So the gears can work either right next to each other like this, or one level above and below each other. And I've got an axle coming over here. So it was kind of fun building this. But the other thing that happened while I was building this is I got attacked by everyone. So I had 2 or 3 goblin invasions. I had 2 elf invasions. For some reason the dwarves came and fought me, so I had like 3 dwarf invasions. I had an Etten show up. There were just a lot of fights that I had to do. So I've got a pretty good squad that's been trained up to help defend me against all those. So I had to deal with all that. Plus, my dwarves are kind of angry. I've been paying just enough attention to not just have them all go all red, because I want to get this built. Anyways, let's go back to what we want to do. So I've got this cart stop right here, and so going down, I actually want to have this be a stop. And I think I can actually do it just fine if I take, so my cave to magma, if I just add one more stop here, I'll put it right there, and I'll call it, remember, so this was not my last. So when I hit the plus to add a new stop right here, it actually added it to the end of the list. So what you're going to do is escape out, open the menu back up, and then it correctly puts it under where I want it to be. And I'm going to call this load up. All right. And so this one's already fine. So it's going to, I've already got this one from the landing. They are going to guide it to the left. So now they're just going to walk it from here all the way over to here and pump it here. Now this one, I can actually kick it down. Now it'll kick and drop back over to here, which is the top, which the top kicks as well. But this one, I had it just wait a day. I don't need to wait it a day anymore. So the load up, though, what is going downstairs? We need some stone. The metal ores are going downstairs, all of them. And then we're also sending calcite, chalk, dolomite, limestone, marble. We're sending those down. And I think that's it, right? Oh no, we're sending some prepared meals down too. So prepared meals and stone are going way down. And I think that's it. So flux, metal, yes, that's it. All right, and then it is going to, with the load up, it is going to pull from this stockpile right here. All right. And the load up, this is fine, other than we're going to go this way, and we're going to kick it. And it's just going to kick and go around this corner. And I think 20,000 speed is going to be enough to get it to there. And then they'll kick it from there and see if it makes it all the way down. All right. So that's good. The only thing I want to look at is all the way down at the bottom. And I've created, so we got there immediately because I created hotkeys. So if you do H, you open up your hotkeys. So I've got one at my water power, one at the top of this power minecart, one at the cavern level, and one at the magma forge level for doing minecarts. I'll actually show you the water power. It's pretty neat. So I needed more power. I did this amount of power, but it was not enough. You can see I'm up to 3,000 power, and I'm still using almost 2,500 of it. So what I did is I channeled out like another side river here, and I put some little bridges on, so I could put some extra gears into the water. And if you didn't see last time, you have to put one of these little wheels on the land like this, and then you put the others into the water behind it, is how it works well. And you just got to make sure that the direction is with the flow of the water. So the water, these squares on this map are where the water originates, and it kind of flows from there. So from here, it goes this direction, and then it also comes down here, and then we'll flow across these, and across these, and connect back up and flow off the map. So if I were to put like this direction like this right here, it wouldn't work because the water's flowing this direction. Now it might work if it was right in this area here at the corner, but across the middle here, it's not going to work. All right, back to here. So I have this track stop. It'll dump off here. And this then is probably kind of, what is in here? You just have the stones. Yeah, and the prepare meals. Okay. That's what I expected. Now let me get rid of that. Oh, I don't know if I did that up at the top. Let me get back up to my cavern level. No, because I wasn't looking at that. Alright, back down. Alright, so it drops off there. But, so this stockpile is actually... Okay, so what I could do is just take this and delete it. And take this and repaint this stockpile. Boom. There we go. Accept. And now it's going to make it so that it collects all the bars and also the food. Now, did I make... Yeah, no bars. Do you have a minecart? They just haven't brought it down yet. Okay. So now I am going to need food. So the food, I'm probably going to put one level up over here. Maybe a couple levels up. So let me dig out up here. Do like an area like that is good. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright. Oh, let me unpause this and let it go. Okay, now I need to load up. So now it's gonna drop off correctly. And I think I'm done. Like, I am gonna have to put a place for the prepared meals, otherwise they're gonna come down and put it somewhere silly. So I will... Let me get this dug out and added. Why is this not moving? Oh, it is. Okay. So right here, what I'm digging out is getting ready for this to be a burrow. So I'm going to need to make some food production over here. And I'm going to need to have a place to sleep, which I'm probably going to do on this level. You can see right here, this is actually a dump that I made. So I've got a hole all the way to lava, and this goes all the way up my fortress. And then when I get way up at the top of the fortress... Yeah, right here. So I've got a dump zone from here right up at the top of my fortress that my dwarves can come down this hallway and toss in this hole. Yeah, got a barony and added stuff to it. Alright. Anyways, they were digging this out. But that's fine. I could leave that digging, and I can actually start letting this run now, I think. So let me add a wheelbarrow back to this one, because it should work just fine now. This oak looks like this one. All right. But we also want to do a track stop. Select material. We don't need it to dump here. Alright, so it is going to load up from here. It's going to load all of this stuff. And then they're going to kick it here. And that should just make it. And then when it gets up to the top, it's going to stop here. And this thing, I don't remember which direction this thing is dumping. I think I put a dump. I just don't remember which way. Is there a way to tell? Probably not. Oh, I'll be able to tell as soon as I kick something up because it'll dump and I could just put the... I'll just wait to see which way it dumps. So they kick it there and then they can just bring it back over here and then kick it back down. And then it'll stop here. So I'm going to need to guide it from there to here. Kick, guide is what's going to happen for that loop. Okay. So, add a new route. This one is going to be called Magma with spelled correctly. Magma to Cavern. Alright, so the first one, oh, so the cave to magma is coming down. It's got no stuff. I don't know why. Oh, I know why, because it started on just the empty spot. So it's not until it gets to load up that it's actually going to load up. So we're going to see this one come down here and stop right here. And hopefully those dwarves won't get themselves killed getting in the way like that. Alright, so this first stop is going to be here. So that one is its load up. Load up. And then it's going to get kicked. And it's going to make it all the way up, I hope, to here. And so this, stop. This one is going to be called drop off. And then they're going to guide it around to this one, which is going to be called the return. And then they're going to kick that all the way back down, and it's going to land right here. And there it's just going to land. Alright, so this cart got stuck somewhere. It's probably because it ran into someone. I don't know where that cart is. I hadn't seen it fail yet, so I'm kind of curious what happened. Here, let me see. Dwarven, oh, that dwarven child fight it might have been got hit by a minecart. Oh, yep. So the minecart ran right into that child. So eventually that was going to happen. I don't know if so I got these as a little bit higher. I should go ahead and like just do this. Oh my goodness, this will take forever. But this might keep them off the tracks a little bit more. He was playing on the tracks. Now the dwarves will go and get that minecart back where it needs to go at some point. They won't just leave it there, which is good. But I don't have to do anything on that. They'll fix that. I don't want to do that. I'll do that later. Alright, so what was I doing? I was getting this second route. Okay, so I've got them all. Alright, so load up. What am I taking? I am going to take all armors. I'm going to take all weapons. I'm going to take all finished goods. And I'm going to take all furnitures. I'm going to take... I think that's it. All those are metal fins that could be created down here, theoretically. Oh. Yeah, that's good. I'll just, oh no, and ammo, that's right, and ammo. And you're going to load up anything you can find from here. Anything they make. And this is all going to kick to the south when we get there. And it should correctly go through those turns and get to the roller. We'll see. All right, when it gets to drop off, where is, oh, drop off is up at the top. So it's going to drop off here. So then we need to guide it. We need to guide it this direction. And it can go immediately. All right. And then we get back to the return. Oh, return is this one. So this one is kick to the north. And that can kick immediately. Kick north, we can kick it. And it can go immediately. And then we come back down to the land-in. So it lands here. And we're going to need to guide it again to the left immediately. Because it's going to have to take this turn right here and come over back to it. Alright, so that is good to go. So we can add a minecart to this. We'll do this other oak minecart. Sounds great. Alright, so this guy, a dwarf will eventually, oh, we're paused. Dwarf will eventually go and take care of that. Alright, so we got both of those going, which means I should be both dropping off and clearing it. Now let's take a look at, I wonder if I could just like click on that guy. No. Alright, so we've got them building. Oh, we don't have the logistics back yet, but that's because we don't know what we're doing. But it is going to come up here and it's going to hit this and drop materials. They're going to pick up stuff from here, which is food and metal ores. I've already got the smelting started. Oh, you know what I'm not doing? Is I'm not doing... I don't have any place for them to put... let me check. Let me check this. So this is bars and blocks, but I also need it to be stone. I need it to be calcite, chalk, dolomite, limestone, marble. I also need it to be all the metal ores. It needs to be metal ores, it needs to be those, and it needs to be the bars. And then bars are right here. But I also should do another little, so it's kind of going to be a combination between a drop off here, the bunch of stuff's going to get dropped off, but it's also going to be kind of a quantum stockpile where I got some outputs here. So like I need another output here that is going to be stone, but specifically not the metal ores or the other, or the clay. It's only going to be calcite, chalk. Oh no. Calcite, chalk, dolomite, limestone, marble. It's just going to be my flux stones. Is all I want that to be. Alright. It's going to dump to the left. Select the material because I want to pick a block. That way it's efficient. And I need to add a new route, which is flux stone. Did I actually click it? I don't think so. There we go. Put minecart on that. Yeah, this peach one sounds great. Oh, we got our minecart here. It's going to be being loaded up with stuff. Alright, so this needs stone. Just calcite, chalk, dolomite, limestone, marble. And it's going to take from here. And I don't need any sort of movement on this because it just sits there. Alright, so how's that cart doing? How's both my carts doing? So this one is loaded up at 16%. This one, oh, this one got down. So they should eventually come and kick this one back to here and then kick this one back up. This one's going to get loaded up for a while before it goes. So we'll see. See that. All right, so I'm going to kick to there, and then they'll eventually come back and kick it again, and it'll head on up. Oop, there it goes. We can see that it's traveling and should get up to landing. Now it doesn't have any stuff in it, so I won't be able to see where it drops anything. But as I load up gear into this one, they'll eventually kick this one. And I think I can just go ahead and view that. How are we doing? 19%. So we'll go ahead and follow that minecart. What else do I want to do down here? So we've got both minecart routes. I have the flux stone getting ready. I'm going to have to go up and finish some food. Make wooden buckets. Mandated construction of goods. That's no good. What do you want me to make? Make a hatch cover. Stupid. Alright. Hatch cover. Sure, a wooden one. Sounds great. Nobles are a pain in the butt, but it's okay. I wonder why it's not taking that armor. I'm not sure. I did tell it to, right? Load up here. Taken. I am taking armor. Okay. Oh, they put it in. That's why my back was turned. So usually dwarves pick the closest place to drop stuff. So they should be, when they're doing weapons and armor, they should be taking it from here and dropping it in this input stockpile. And then they'll take the stockpile and load it into this cart, and then they'll just kick the cart once it's full. So it should save, a lot of walking. Now you can see here that this dwarf actually just carried an iron bar and brought it down here. So I have to fix a little bit of inputs up top. I might not be catching. Well, one, I had a whole bunch of iron bars up top, and I don't think I have a catch for those to bring them down. So they're probably going to walk all those iron bars down here. Now, the thing is, I don't have... Iron bars are generated here, and this is now the only stockpile in the fortress. I did delete the other stockpile, but I didn't provide a way to get iron bars down here. So I think they're going to walk every single bar, which is kind of funny. I wonder what this is. Oh, a golden statue. Nice. So that'll help me get the statues up to the top. That thing's heavy. I bet you as soon as he puts it in here, it's going to fill it up, and he's just going to kick it. We'll see if this cart makes it. Let's see with that. Fill it up. Oh, he's only at 35%. I guess it didn't fill it up. I thought that statue would fill it up for sure, but I guess not. Eventually, we're going to get to a time limit as well on this. So although they're filling it up, it'll eventually just hit a timer, and then they'll kick it regardless. But I had them build a whole bunch of armor sets for my dwarves up top, so they've got lots of work that they're doing. And it's nice now that I've got it built because we've got some iron bars that are down here, and they're able to just work and send it. And this will eventually not have to make it, so it saves them hundreds of levels of carrying this stuff because they just load it up and kick it. So I'm going to need also another stockpile for... No, I'll need that up top. I won't need it here. So I'm going to have to do some more logistical work on the middle level because I got to figure out how I want to get it up again from where it gets dropped off to up to the top level. And then I gotta find a place to put it. I think I already have a weapon stockpile up there, but it's probably pretty far away. So I probably don't want to use that one. I think it was over where I had built my non-magma stuff. Alright, what do I got? We are at 42%. Oh, and they're loading up and they're up to 40% up top. So hopefully, oh, they're up to 80%. That one's going to get kicked down here pretty soon. All right, it's at 100%. So they should kick it, and it should... I think it's a kick. I can't remember if it's a kick or not. Yeah, I think it's a kick, and it'll get over to the top, and then they'll kick it again, and hopefully there won't be any dwarven children in the way this time. %. We might be coming up on that 2 weeks. I think they make it go automatically every 2 weeks, and then just 1 week if it gets to 50%. But it might have to hit that limit first. I'm not sure how it works. Like if it's been sitting there for a week and then it hits 50%, do they kick it immediately or do they... All right, so they kicked it over to the top. One more kick and it should head on down. This one's still going. Looks like our flexstone showed up. Yep. Okay. Goose got in a fight with a dog, I guess. Alright, it got kicked down. See if it hits any dwarves. We'll get rid of all these. Some thieves. I've got my barracks is right next to the entrance, so oftentimes my thieves just either get killed by... Yeah, so that goblin thief probably just ran right into my dwarves that were training. It looks like they did, so that's probably not very good for the goblin thieves. I'm okay with that. Where are you, Minecart? I hope you make it. I hope you make it with your stuff, too. Actually, I'm going to take off following because I want to see this minecart show up. Make sure it dumps correctly. I'm actually going to have to create a new uniform with that iron armor I made. I don't know that they're going to wear. Because I like to make both an iron mail shirt and an iron breastplate. So it's basically 2 chest armors. They work a little bit differently, and it's good to have both layers. I don't know that dwarves will, with the default metal armor, put on both layers. There we go. So what do we get? We get a galena, a magnetite, 2 dolomites, and loot. That's it. Five thins was all it took to load that up. Man. All right. That's fine. That's fine. At least my dwarves didn't have to send it down there. So it'll do a kick to get to here, another kick, and then it'll send it back up. Alright, there goes that one. See that it's working its way up. Alright, we're going to go up to top and have it show up and see where it drops its stuff. And then we're going to figure out how we want to get it from here, because it's going to drop one of these 2 spots. I can't remember where I put it. I think I put it up top. But I'm not positive. And then they're going to just take it and walk it around to here and then kick it back down. Then it'll get back down to where it's going. So it's going to be offloading weapons and that kind of stuff. And does this already have it? So we have cave to top. The pickup. What are you picking up? You're picking up all the weapons, all the armor. You need ammo as well. But you don't need this kind. Well, yeah, I guess it's fine. And you need finished goods. Yeah. All the finished goods and all the furniture. But you only need the types. So what is this? Granite. Why are you not picking that stuff up, I wonder? Cave to top. Are you picking up that stone? Yeah, you're picking up granite and stuff. Yeah, granite. So they just must be behind on putting the stones in here, which is fine. Okay, so yeah, it all goes to the top. So we're gonna create stockpile right there, except, and what's it gonna have? It's gonna have armor, ammo, finished goods, furnitures. It's gonna have weapons. All this kind of stuff could show up there. And I don't really care the type. Like anything could show up and it's fine. Alright, so it shows up there. And then this stockpile, this one could also have ammo, finished goods, furniture, all that kind of stuff. And then this stockpile is actually going to take from this stockpile. Alright, so then they'll move stuff from here to here. And then they'll move stuff from here onto the minecart. And dwarves might be coming here to like arm up and stuff. I hope they're not bringing it all the way back down. Funny. I don't think so. What are you guys doing? They might not consider it in a stockpile because I put the stockpile after it landed. So there might have been a whole bunch of jobs to go pick it up as soon as it landed there. So that might be what they're doing. So I have this stockpile here with weapons. But I don't know that that's a good place for it. I guess it's not too far off the path. So I'm going to need to find a way to drop them here. So it comes up from the top now, and it's going to drop everything in here. Yeah, so I got a whole bunch of iron up here now because the next one, so it dropped off, and then a whole bunch more dropped off. That's pretty cool. So what do I want to do from here? So if I want to get these over to the other place, what I want to do is actually create another route. I think. Yeah, I'm going to create a route from here across to here. Yeah, that's good. I'll put another route right here that takes all the weapons, and then it's going to go down a couple levels on this minecart track I already have. it comes to right here, other than I want to dig this out right here, and I want to bring this up, bring this over, and I'm going to put a stop right here that dumps all this armor right here, armor and weapons right here. Alright. What are we fighting? Fish cleaners fighting? Hopefully you don't get hit by a heart. How are we doing? Yeah. It looks like it got... I don't know what happened. I don't know where that minecart landed. It might be on the track somewhere. This guy's gotta stay off the tracks. That is the one dangerous aspect to this, is that if it's powered, it will hit dwarves that get in the way. I don't know. I didn't see any blood splatters. I don't know what happened. Alright, so it seems to be working pretty well, though. So stuff is coming down. I've got some flux stone there. If I've got flux stone, I can actually start making... I got lots of iron bars. Yeah, let's go ahead and start my steel industry up. So, we need pig iron bars. We'll do 5 at a time. Amount of iron bars and flux stones. Those are both 5. We will make 5 pig iron bars. Yep, that looks good. And then steel bars. Steel bars. We'll also do that one 5 at a time. And for that we need iron bars, pig iron, and flux stone. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do 5 of those. 5 of those. 5 of those. So if we have at least 5 iron, 5 pig iron, and 5 flux, we will make 5 steel bars. Alright, so that industry will start up. Alright, so this is good to go. I've got... They're dumping my armor and other stuff into here. That's making its way up. It's making all the way up to the top. So I think, yeah, we need to put a new track stop here. Track stop, and this one doesn't need to dump. Yeah, that's good. And then we need another one right here that does need to dump. So this needs to dump to the east. Right there. And then... Oops, wrong place. So now we need one more route. So add a new route, and we'll call this weapon and armor drop. Alright. So weapon and armor drop is going to pick up from right here. And then it's going to come on over right here. And it's going to drop it off right there. Alright. That's called drop off. Alright. And so it's going to be picking up... What's going to be picking up? It's going to be picking up armor and weapons. All the armor and weapons. Yeah, looks good. And oh, it's going to be picking up from this stockpile. Yeah. And it is going to be guided to the west when it's ready to go. Yeah. And then when it gets to the drop off, it can come back immediately, and it also guides to the west immediately. Come on back. So with all of these, the direction that you're putting is the initial direction you want it to go. So here, I initially want it to go in this way. All the way that it takes to get there, the dwarves will figure that out on their own, especially when it's guided. With it being, if you do kicks and that kind of stuff, it just follows physics. Also, if your dwarf just hops in and rides it, it follows physics. I generally don't have dwarves jump in to ride it unless I'm just making like a dwarven roller coaster for fun or something like that. You could do that. Oh, and there's also two different types. So I'll go ahead and show that, and that'll probably be the end of the video. So when I did my top down to the cave, I did this just very simple. Every level it kind of goes down very straight. And then when I got down to the cavern level, I just had a whole bunch of track stops that break back to back. And it kind of comes to a stop, I think, right here. And then from there, the dwarves get where it's going. With the powered minecarts, I can't really do that because I would need like... I would have to go 110 places horizontally or vertical. Like I need 100 squares in a row, which I might be able to do. I don't remember how wide I is, but it's not that great. So instead, I made this track that kind of spins its way down, so you can see it going back and forth. And for the rollers, you basically need a roller every level to get it to do it and keep going. With the track stops, what I ended up doing that seemed to work well is that I would do track stops that were, go to track stop, track stop. Rather than using your full friction, I took one step down and did two of them back to back with that, with no dumping. So just one step down from the highest back to back. And then I put one of those doubles every 3 levels. So you can see here I go down 1, 2, 3 level. Oh, that's not going to help you. Okay, so from here I go down 1, 2, 3 levels, and there's another double. 1, 2, 3, another double. And you want it to be, if you're doing it something similar to this, you want it to be before the turn. If you don't do it before the turn, then what happens is it's going to come down with too much speed and just blow right off the turn and slam up against the wall. So I got the couple of speed down, and this just seems to work pretty well. Plus it's got a nice pattern, and it allows it, so on the way down, I've got it on the inside track because I don't need any power, and on the track that's going up, it's going on around the outside the whole time. That way I could do this whole column. I put the stairs, and then I just channel out right next to the stairs, so I get a whole column of space. There goes a minecart. That way I can you can see that there's, a vertical, and then a gear, and then a vertical gear as it goes up. The gear is on the same level as the ramp up, and then the ramp up has a roller on it. And so the other one's just going to be opposite. So when there's a gear here, there's a vertical axle here, and then on this level there's a gear on this side and a vertical axle on this side. It gets a little bit confusing whenever you get to like when I had to shift, so it was going back and forth here, and then it had to come all the way over here. So I had to have this level where I've got the axle come all the way over here, and then this is starting back up that on both sides, going back down. So you just gotta play with it and work around it. I hit somewhere in here. I hit the caverns, or knew I would hit the caverns, and I had to close it back off. I don't remember exactly where that happened, but that's why I had to eventually move it over to this side, and this one was able to go all the way down to the bottom. So I got that there. Let's see how this is doing. Still, so they're slowly catching back up, it looks like. But there we go. We've got powered minecarts all the way up and all the way down. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup. I might go ahead and finish that burrow. I'm going to add the designations to the tracks. But I'm going to do minecarts number 4. It's just going to be kind of what you saw. I'm going to go over everything that you saw here, but I won't actually be building anything. It'll just be demoing what I built. So the minecarts 3A through D is the building of all of it. Other than I didn't want to put you all through the tediousness of doing every single one of these levels. It did take quite a while. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And minecarts 4 will probably be tomorrow night because it's already built for me. All right, have a good night, everybody.